Welcome to another episode, everyone. What happens when you play football together as kids and then end up with life in prison together? Sad, man. This is sad and yet powerful. Let's get into it. These two individuals here.
So we was on football team together first and foremost. Not only that, we grew up together. We made the bad decisions to be gang members.
We bonded over our trauma in the house, and it led us to the streets where we also bonded on the negative in the streets.
Yeah.
And then when I went to jail, he went to jail.
Yeah.
And he got sentenced to life without. I got sentenced to life.
So it's recording. So what is your name?
My name's Tyson Atlas.
My name is DeAnthony Wilson from San Bernardino.
Yeah, San Bernardino as well.
Okay. And how long have you been at this location?
I currently been in Lancaster since 2023, but I've been incarcerated since I was 17 years old for 19 years, and I'm 36 years old right now.
Okay.
I was sentenced to 53 years to life for second-degree murder and gang enhancement. It's been a long journey. Came from juvenile hall to here, and I have to learn how to be a man in here. I have to learn how to carry myself, conduct myself each and every day as an older person. And from everything I've been through in my life, I can't say, although this situation is not the best, it has made me a better man. It has had me dig into who I was and learn that the choices that I was making and the decisions that I was putting out there was incorrect. So prison helped me a lot to where now, I'm able to be a vessel to my community and my fellows out there. So I look forward to helping everybody, helping the youth and stuff like that. And the only thing I want to tell the youth is, live your life, man, enjoy life. Go to prom, go to parties, live, have fun. Don't make adult decisions, because as me and him can sit right here and say, we've been doing this since we was kids, literally, like elementary school.
So we was on football team together first and foremost. We played for the San Bernardino Bears.
Facts.
Right? I was 7. He was like 8
Yeah.
when we first started playing.
Yes, man.
And not only that, we grew up together. We made the bad decisions to be gang members around the same time, same age. Had
It was our trauma. We bonded over our trauma in the house, and it led us to the streets where.
So the individual there in the white then has 53 years to life, as he alluded to earlier, and has been locked up for 19 years. Probably no end in sight, but they are letting lifers go now. These individuals, again, a lot of us get in prison and we get these revelations as to where we went wrong and what we should have did differently and how we could have done things differently. And oftentimes, thankfully, fortunately, these days we have a second chance or another chance to redeem ourselves. But not everyone gets that chance. They said that the individual here in the black shirt won his appeal or something. He's home now. Even during this interview, he has not said that. He did not mention that. The individual here on the left, that he is free. He had life without parole, but supposedly he's there now doing this interview with his friend, but he's on the street. So the dude started explaining that he has 53 years of life. He's been locked up 19 years, but this individual here in the black shirt never began to explain his situation. They got into something else, so they got sidetracked. Because perhaps he was going to say, but I still don't know why he would not say, I had life without parole. He said that he has life without parole, or that he had life without parole. But I don't know why he wouldn't make it clear that he no longer has life without parole. That's a strong message and would give a lot of people encouragement. Life without parole, and you're home now. So I don't know why he would not make this a prominent part of the interview. But supposedly, the individual there no longer has life without parole.
We also bonded on the negative in the streets.
Yeah.
And then when I went to jail, he went to jail.
Yeah.
And he got sentenced to life without. I got sentenced to life. We went to reception prison. We was in there.
We was in the
together.
same juvenile hall. He left and went to county jail before me. And then I came behind him to county jail together.
Yeah.
He saved my life in county jail.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm willing to blow it off. It's
Yeah.
really my brother. So we talked, we discussed it, and it was one of those things to where, he had life without. Him and his dad, what they went through, And to see him now to come back in here, it give me motivation. It make me emotional, and I'm not one to sit up because
Yep. You see, he said he had life without, and to see him now come back in here, the dude he no longer has life without. That's what I thought. That's what I had heard. That's true. Then the individual there on the left, he had life without parole at the same time that this individual here has had life, and he still does. 53 years to life, and they were together in juvenile hall, together in the county jail. But now this individual here is out, which of course gives this individual here in the white shirt and many others motivation to continue fighting, continue the good fight, continue to have faith, even with life without parole. You can find your way home. Individuals were making a lot of comments about these individuals here smiling, saying that they were smiling too much. Well, now we know, first of all, why the dude in the black shirt is smiling a lot. He's free now. He's come back into prison where he spent, a part of his life, and where he thought he was going to spend all of his life, or maybe he never did think that or believe that, but the judge did, the prosecution did, the jury did. Nevertheless, he overcame it. However, he did. So he has a right to smile and be happy. He's free now and overcame a whole lot. And he's walking back into the prison, where he was freed from, and just, I'm sure, all sort of memories and all of that come crushing in about what he went through. And he's even more thankful when he walks out of there, even though he's just there for an interview, that he's no longer in there. It just brings back a flood of memories, I'm sure, been in that situation. The other dude in the white shirt is not smiling as much. And people were saying, well, what do you want him to be? Unhappy, mad, angry, violent? It's like they can't win if they're just have adapted to their circumstances and are not, wearing bitterness in their disposition. Then you attack them as being too happy to have a life sentence. But if they're here talking about gang banging and stabbing everyone, then you will attack them for that.
Actually know our journey. So for him and people that see him out there, some people may just see Tyson, but what I see is I see a brand new man. I see somebody that, even though I may be older than him, I look up to him now. I look for help from him because, that's one thing we never did when we was young. We never asked for help. Yeah. And now here it is. We asked for help, but I couldn't. I'm excited. I ain't gonna lie. I appreciate y'all coming. But we here. We want to help the youth. We want to help everybody. And I look forward to seeing y'all out there, man.
Yeah, man. It give me chills. There's so much to say from school where I remember when I had an incident and he came and he helped me. The dude on top of me, man, he helped me and stuff like that. So we know. But one thing, whenever we was able to reach out to each other, he always sent the same message. I tell him like, man, I messed up in here. He'd be like, it doesn't matter. Look, George, just keep doing the classes, doing this. They understand us because we juveniles. Our mind don't develop till we 25. And yes, we know right from wrong, but we're not trying to make no excuses and trying to justify our actions and stuff like that. It's just, for us, it took us going through this. It took us touching the stove to know if it was hot. And we had to get burned, and all that. But through the burn, we still able to stand tall because we lost a lot in this. And that's why I tell the youth.
And that's just the whole thing. We don't want you to have to touch the stove to know that it is hot. It's hot. It's a stove. And we want the youth to learn from these individuals' mistakes and from my mistakes and from others' mistakes, and not to make the same mistakes. You don't have to get 53 years to life in prison or life without parole to realize that the stove was hot and you should not have been doing what you were doing. Think about it ahead of time. Don't look at the beginning. Always look at the end result. In the beginning, it always looks like a promising, adventure, enterprise, but then it turns out that it was not. So think about the consequences and not the reward.
You want to enjoy your life. We don't know what it's like to be 18 out there free, 19, 20. We missed all the part where you're supposed to go to college and have fun and make mistakes. Now we at college. We the well seasons. We the OG. We freshman OGs. Well, we well seasoned. So
but now we going to college. Now I'm enrolled. I'm in college now.
But
we doing it later, and we try to tell young people you could do it early, right? You could do it now.
and you don't have to miss those opportunities. But this is like it's crazy. I'm happy. I'm happy we're able to do this interview.
19 years.
Because
19
not only
years.
just for that, because too, like our community, right? Like where we come from, like he's well known, I'm well known, and the kids, I think they need to hear messages from us to like give them, show them like this ain't the place to be. Right. It's not the place. And then when we get in this place to see how this look, the part where now we telling each other, get in college, go to school, work with this program, do this. Because you don't got to hear that after getting sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. 53 years.
You don't have nothing to live for after that. So
you hear this now.
After now, when we first came to prison, there was no going home. It wasn't until 2013 when they started talking about SB 260. So in the beginning, our prison stay was just whatever. Yeah. We will whatever happens. So we had to first get a little hope. And when they gave us a little hope, it sparked us. He was the first one to get the hope. I didn't see it because of all the prisons I was at. So it's like to hear that they said they're gonna let you go home, like actually not seeing it, it's like, all right. And then now, with Gavin Newsom and all them, it's one of those things to where I have so much hope. I believe in rehabilitation. I think it's something that the best thing CDC had to offer to us, because I could really look at everybody and tell them I'm a changed person.
And
if you knew the old me, you would be like, okay.
Then you gonna come home.
You gonna come home.
I'm blessed.
And then we gonna do this interview outside.
We're gonna do this interview outside. I wanted, like I just keep telling niggas, live life, enjoy life, you know, have fun. Ain't nothing wrong with making mistakes. It's what you do after the mistakes that define you. You know, so for me, you know, I appreciate y'all coming between the lines.
Thank you for having us. It's been a blessing.
I appreciate y'all. Y'all got me smiling. Like I said, you know, I ain't too much used to this. So
thank you for making this moment.
You guys matter. Listen.
That's the goal of being here too, right? It's just
after 19 years, look how we did up, bro. It's crazy, like from going to, like we said, it's really that from juvenile hall to
from the Bears.
From the
Bears.
From the Bears.
Even in the county jail, we both getting visits together. To where it's just like every time we see each other, it's just that instant. It's my brother. So now to see him out, I just know it's possible. I know my turn is coming. So,
and it is.
It is.
You know, even with a life sentence, I'm excited. I'm blessed, bro. And I love you, bro. I really do, bro.
Yeah. Okay. So he's definitely out. As he just said, you know, to see him out, you know, really gives him motivation or what have you. So, you know, I was unclear, but I thought that the individual was out. But we're clear now. This individual here, the black, no longer has life without parole in prison. He is now free. And that's the individual there. And the white said, now, you know, it gives him a lot of hope to see an individual with life without the possibility of parole be paroled for whatever reason. Gives him hope. Makes sense to me. Let's hope that the brother who is now free stays free and is an asset to the community, and that this other brother eventually gets free and is an asset to the community. Because we only have one life and you don't want to live it in there. I was on these yards for many years. I was in Lancaster State Prison. I paroled in 1996, 30 years ago from that prison. Nothing has changed there. These prisons will always be there, and they will always have a bed for you there. And it's on us to avoid the pitfalls that lead us to prison. You know, we just have to respect ourselves, respect each other, and respect our lives. Respect our freedom. Let me know what you think in the comments. Shout out to those two brothers. Welcome home, brother. Glad you got out of that life without parole situation. That's a doozy. This other brother here, you know, wish you well. Stay strong, get free, and stay free. Stay safe and stay free, people.